Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Discord AMA with CertiK. Hi, I'm Vladimir Tejeda. I'm a marketing director here at CertiK. And this week we are bringing Bifrost on to discuss their project, everything that's going on, any updates, new features, and just having a chill conversation regarding things in this Web3, crypto, DeFi, blockchain, you name it, space. So, hi, just want to come in and introduce yourself to the everyone here so we can get this party started.
Sure. Thank you, Vlad, for the introduction. So, my name is Daniel Ferraro. I'm the head of marketing at Bifrost. Uh, Before joining the company, I was one of the founding employees and head of marketing at Into the Block, one of the leading analytics crypto companies in the space. Um, I've been in Bifrost for almost a year now, and part of the reasons that I joined the company is because we firmly believe that interoperability and cross-chain solutions are the key to what's missing in the space. So Bifrost has always been focused on building cross-chain solutions. We develop many products that help users to eliminate the friction in transacting between different chains. And now we are in the process of launching our layer one.
Awesome, awesome. Daniel, if I can ask, ¿de dónde eres? Where are you from?
So good question. So I'm from Venezuela. Um, I've been living in Spain for about 6 years, but I'm half Italian as well.
Okay, nice, nice. Soy Dominicano, I'm Dominican, so
Oh,
but I
nice.
live in the US. Nice. So yeah, let's get into the project and what for like someone who doesn't know what your project has to offer. What is like the very basic, description of how someone, gets onto your platform or even just learns about it?
So let me give you a little bit of a background, right? So Bifrost started in 2017. You know, by three founders that have a strong background, between finance and computer science. The goal was always to develop multi-chain solutions. So we started as a middleware platform, basically to enable developers to create dApps on top of multiple protocols. Um, but during that time, we created a different set of products. For example, we have our own wallet that is called Byboard. Oh, apologies. So we have our own, you know, decentralized wallet that is called Byboard. We have a number of DeFi products. That is, for example, BiFi, which is one of the first products that offers native BTC lending across different chains. Then we have a few more that is called BiFiX. We have a DEX aggregator that is called Chain Runner, and we have been focusing on building a multi-chain ecosystem inside of our network. So we are fully VC funded, and now, in now that we have like our own ecosystem, all of which are focused on enhancing cross-chain user experience, but these are not necessarily connected to each other. So the reason that all of our efforts right now are focused on launching our Bifrost network. So this will be a link between the existing products that we have and the platform for developers to build the next generation of cross-chain applications. So basically, we did our first incentivized testnet a few weeks ago. It was pretty successful. We had about 15,000 applications. We had over 200 professional validators participating in the space, and the next step for Bifrost is that we are going to do uh, basically the Bifrost incentivized testnet number two, which is going to be focused on the development and growth of the ecosystem by launching dApps inside of our network. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you. So like, what's the a lot of you build during the bear market, they always say. So like, what goes into like, what's the motivation behind building a layer one blockchain? Like, what goes into that?
Right. So, and yeah, it is tough times that we're living right now in the market, but basically the whole idea of having our own network is as I said, basically to connect uh, the existing products that we have to make them more effective because it's going to be cheaper to do the transactions, and it's going to allow us as well for developers to build cross-chain dApps or applications in a space that is going to be considerably more effective than building, for example, in Ethereum. Uh, at the same time, we are a substrate network and we are EVM compatible. So connecting Bifrost to different networks is extremely easy.
Got it. So I guess like for someone who isn't fully aware, what is the easiest way to get involved in
Right.
your platform?
Okay. So I think that right now the easiest way is going to be the so follow us in social media, the BIFROST.io. We're going to be announcing our ecosystem kickstart next week. But I'm happy to share the article that we published on Medium this week. Basically, we're trying to grow our audience. So it's a way that we're going to connect the retail audience with the development of dApps. So everyone can participate. There's going to be rewards for the people that participate in our ecosystem start initiative or BAT number two. And it's going to happen most likely next week.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now, could you could you tell us a bit more about Bifrost's cross-chain communication protocol and what that's about?
Right. So I'm afraid that I cannot share that much
Or whatever
information.
details you can without giving up information, of course. Anything you can share without ever giving up too much, or I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Right. Look, so I can talk a little bit more, about how the network is gonna work. Um, so
Okay.
keep in mind that we have like our bread and butter would be the multi-chain capabilities that we have. So so the Bifrost network is a permissionless EVM compatible layer one. Um, we use Substrate technology, so it's similar to Polkadot or Moonriver. Uh, but basically, it provides the ultimate environment to build multi-chain dApps. Uh, because, for example, you're going to be able to purchase BSC or BNB based NFT using USDT or Ethereum. We have, of course, our own native token, which is a generalized message passing system, and that is well suited for all types of cross-chain applications. So think about you can operate with native tokens that inherit the security of the underlying network. So our network allows developers to easily build cross-chain applications, such as, for example, cross-chain checks, using the native assets. So it's think about deleting the use of synthetic assets or RAT BTC or Brand BTC. In this case, we're fully focused on using the native assets on each network.
Thank you. I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Why is it so important to have like almost a one-stop shop for all these services? Because sometimes, they're spread out over different
right.
projects, or like why is that important to you
Look,
or to anyone in general?
Yeah, I think the key is interoperability, right? Uh, when you think about blockchain interoperability, it refers to like a wide variety of methods that enable blockchains to communicate. And when you think about, the current state of, of our space, is that you're gonna find different blockchains that each ones have, you know, specific functions and specific smart contracts, but they are not necessarily connected between each other. And what we have seen also is that the uses of bridges has been seriously compromised lately. That we saw hacks up to 15 billion only this year. So thinking about one-stop shop, as you said it, uh, I think is the next logical step for our space to grow, because allowing different ecosystems to grow, but to be connected with each other in a way that is safe, in a way that is fast, I think is what is needed at the moment.
What do you see this space being in a couple of years? Like, I know everyone knows that this space moves really fast, everything changes really quickly.
Yeah.
But like, if you were to look forward even a couple of months, I know we're in this current bear, but like, where do you see, um, you know, the space moving forward?
Look, it's a complicated question, right? Um, I think that many of the sadly, a lot of the companies that are right now are going to, you know, not continue to exist by a variety of reasons. So I think that what we're gonna see is established companies are continue to develop. I think that DeFi is here to stay, and it's gonna keep growing. I think that you know we're just gonna improve the ways that we have been communicating before. If you ask me, there's gonna be 5 or 6 blockchains that are gonna be the ones they're gonna be leading the space, and we're not gonna see thousands of tokens. So I think that when when we talk about interoperability of cross-chain solutions, it's gonna be more important than ever. Look, we're not gonna see probably the crazy yield farms or returns that we saw in 2020, but we're gonna see a more developed, most likely regulated space in a couple of years. That's how I think about it.
So you're saying things are going to be a little bit more sensible than they have been in the past,
Yeah.
because it feels like a lot of people jumped in,
Yeah.
seeing these high numbers, like, oh, look at this, 100,000 APY. This is going to be amazing. I'll be a millionaire tomorrow.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Then,
sure, man. That like
thing-
that is not sustainable.
and the things occurred.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
in my previous company, my into the blog, we did quant strategies for different across 35 blockchains. Uh, you know, there's a lot of good products that are being built right now, um, but it's just going to be in a way that is sustainable, right? And what we saw last year was that everyone was making money because the valuations of the companies were highly inflated, right? So many of these companies didn't even build a product, and that's why we're fully focusing on doing things the right way. And yeah, I don't think we're gonna see these crazy moments as we saw before, but we're gonna see a more evolved space, if that makes sense, more
No,
mature.
I totally get it. And I think that's why important and I'll do a little plug here for CertiK. That's why I think it's important for companies like CertiK to be around, and more users do their due
Of
diligence.
course.
We offer a lot of tools on our website where you can learn what sort of hacks and schemes to look out for. If a project is something is too good to be true, maybe it is too good to be true. So that's one of the things that we're very proud of being able to offer just the normal everyday consumer, like, hey, these are some tools that you can use to, better protect yourself out there, right?
Of course,
Because obviously, no matter how great we want to be in the space and how friendly and kumbaya, there's always going to be a couple of bad actors, right? Who
always.
want to get involved, and that's why we just want to make sure that we make this a safer place for everybody, space for everybody. Um,
Yeah.
I had another question. Like, what do you think about like some of the tech giants sort of starting to infiltrate into like Web3, potentially DeFi? How does that, if at all, how does that affect, what your project might be building?
Uh, Tough question. Um, to be honest, I don't have a private answer for that. Like, um,
It's kind, yeah, it's kind of tough because it's a bit of an unknown, right?
exactly, exactly. I think it would depend whether it's more of a PR stunt or is really these companies getting involved in the development for a more sustainable, more mature space. Um, so I think that we have to wait and see, if that ever happens. Uh, but for the moment, I don't think I have a right answer for that because it hasn't really happened before, and
Hmm.
and I think that the way that things are right now, it's just better to wait and see. I guess. And be careful.
Now, what are some of the going back to the security part?
Yeah.
What are some of the security standards that you guys are implementing? CertiK, we take security very seriously, so what are you doing to ensure that your community stays safe?
Oh, of course. I mean, we're fully audited. I think right now we're doing 3 security audits at the moment. I believe that in the past we worked with CertiK. But yeah, I mean, all of our products, including what we're going to launch next year, that we're going to launch our multi-chain DEX, is going to be audited. The network and the testnet are undergoing uh, a full security audit at the moment. So all of our products are, consistently being tested, checked by regulators. Being a Korean company, and especially after what happened, with Luna, um, we are the we are the company with the largest number of developers in the country. So we are super cautious in the way that we move, making sure that everything is safe, that we are working hand to hand with the regulators, and that most importantly that the user is protected. So just to I think that before we launch the second testnet, and by the moment that we launch the mainnet next year, um, everything is going to be fully audited from our side.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
That's really great to hear. Now, lastly, before we can wrap up, what is the significance of DeFi moving forward in this space?
Uh, Look, I think it's going to be, and it has been the key, right? In order, for example, to bring institutional liquidity. You know, as I said before, I think that DeFi is here to stay. From what I've seen and from what I read, we are now seeing development of sophisticated products that is going to be much more attractive to outside investors. What I don't think we're going to see is these crazy yields that we saw before, but that's great. You know, I definitely think that for the time being, DeFi is going to be like the spear or the one who's going to lead the efforts when you think about crypto adoption. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely does. Now, are there is there anything else that you might want to let, the people know, listeners know? I know you mentioned a couple of upcoming releases, but anything that you want to let the audience know?
So we are super active in Twitter. We have our Discord channel as well. I'm happy to share the links after the call. Make sure to check our website. We just upgraded, and released this new website a few weeks ago. Uh, we have an aggressive roadmap for next year. So, we're going to do the second testnet this month. We are going to launch, our mainnet in January. We're going to launch our multi-chain DEX. That's going to allow you to swap assets across different networks without the use of a bridge. I think that's going to be a killer product. At the same time, we're going to keep pushing our ecosystem. We're going to do grants. We're going to do an incentivized program for the development of dApps. So make sure to follow us in Twitter, at the BIFROST.io. Read the articles that we have in Medium, which is medium.com/Bifrost, and stay tuned to what's coming. I'm quite excited for the things that we're building.
The cross-chain swaps. That's really an exciting feature. I don't think I've seen any other project having that without requiring a bridge.
Well, we're gonna have like a own native bridge, but yeah, it's I think it's gonna be quite attractive. I cannot share all the details, how it's gonna work, because it's being developed at the moment. But I'll make sure to do so when the time comes, and we can talk about it again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Appreciate you taking the time with us. Everyone, make sure you follow Bifrost on their social handles. We'll make sure to follow CertiK. Check out CertiK.com as well for all your do your own research needs and due diligence. And Michael, if you have anything closing.
We'll share the leaderboard link where you can find all their socials, their website, and everything.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, guys. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Daniel, for joining.
Thank you, Michael. Gracias, Vlad.